Hey folks, how we all doing? Lighting's not the best, is it? Yeah, it's just making it worse because now you've got a big shiny thing in the corner. We'll see how we got on. How is everybody? It's nice to see you all. I'm not really very prepared. Surprise, surprise. Let me get the chat on my other screen. Uh, but yeah, how are we doing? How's everybody's week been? Um, let's see. Can I pop the chat out from here? No, I can't. Pop out the chat. There we go. Right, I've got chat. I've got so many screens. I've got two StreamYards open because I'm trying something different. Um, Not that it's making any difference, but well, it is basically like my OBS, my card cam is still dog shit. It's still frozen. Just to let you see what's happening there. Like I'm waving my hands about, believe it or not, but you can't see it because it's so laggy. But my face camera works fine because I'm connected differently there, connected through a different internet window and everything. So anyway, yeah, trying different technical things to like just make the most of what I've got basically. Um anyway, how was that for a greeting for you all? Just me moaning about technology. I might actually turn on that light. It just makes me look even more peely wally, doesn't it? Let me say hi. So I've got Simon, a really lovely Simon is here. Hi Simon, how you doing? Got Justin. We've got Donna. Hey Donna. Hi Red Wing. Hello to the lovely Gerald. Um, oh, thank you, Kristen. It's good to see you too. Um, let's see, Laurie's here. Hi Laurie, how you doing? The shoot party's the big shiny thing in the corner. I'm sure nobody would say that to your face. Um, Gerald, I've had to get a new device for YouTube, new laptop from iPad. Oh, so you've changed to laptop, whereas you were used to using iPad. Is that what you mean? So much learning. Hmm. How you finding it? Like, I, I'm, I'm actually all right. Like, see if I put my mind to it, if I think, right, I'm going to use this different system, and I'm going to learn it. If I kind of get in the zone, then I'm quite good with techie things. But I kind of panic though when things go wrong, as you've seen many a time. Hey Debbie, how you doing? Hi Marita, it's lovely to see you. Yeah, to your face. Well, I'm sure they wouldn't. Um, I don't know. I I don't care what people say about me. Just don't say it behind my back. I don't care. Don't say it to my face and make me feel uncomfortable about it. No, I jest. Well, kind of half joking. I've got a can of iron brew. What you all drinking? I was considering making a cup of tea, but I'm up early on a Friday morning to go and do the shopping and stuff. So I try not to drink caffeine past. Well, I try not to drink caffeine any day really past 7 o'clock. Um, yeah, I'll maybe have a wee decaf tea later on. But yeah, no full calf tea and no coffee for me either. 'Cause I don't think we've got any decaf coffee in the house, if I remember rightly. Kathy, hi Kathy, how are you? Right, Gerald says my iPad has died. I have to find how to do things on the MacBook, just taking me longer than what I would want. I've yet to do a live with the new device. Maybe I can do two camera setup. Yeah, I mean, I would probably encourage you to just get used to your new laptop. Get used to doing things on the new laptop without any more adding any more complication to it. Get used to that first, and then once you've got that down, then start thinking about like OBS or other things like that. Um, I suppose you could just do it using two webcams. You could just connect two webcams up to your laptop, and or even just one, because you have. I take it you have a webcam built in, so just connect a separate webcam up, and don't know if you can get one that you'd be able to like kind of a point downwards. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Um, I don't know. Maybe you'll find a way. I'm sure you'll find a way to make it work, Gerald. And I'm sure it will involve post-its and moustaches. Um, Donna is drinking herbal tea, detoxing from 2 pints of Guinness earlier in the evening. Brilliant. I love it. Were you were you out for a wee drink, Donna, or were you just having a couple of Guinnesses in the house? Do you know that's one thing I've never tried is Guinness. I don't fancy it at all. I'm not a big beer drinker. I'm not a beer drinker at all, if I'm honest. Cider at a stretch. But my drink of choice or drinks of choice is either wine or spirits. I like vodka, Morgan's. What else? Malibu. I'm big on Malibu right now. But beer and ales and particularly Guinness, it's not it's not my thing. Gerald says everything is better with post-its, moustaches, and tiny hands. I'm totally hashtag overcomplicating it. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. Like with laptop, I find like computers easier to work than tablets. But not no, they're not because they're more kind of a like you just press the app and it opens. But they're more you can do more things with them. Do you know what I mean? Uh, Simon says, try Guinness with a shot of Tia Maria. It's the nectar of the gods. I think I'll just have to take your word for that, Simon. Um, yeah, is Guinness not beer? Is it not like a really heavy beer? So I don't understand like the appeal of mixing that. Tia Maria's coffee liqueur, isn't it? Um, yeah, no, I don't know. Uh, Donna went to an Irish pub for dinner. Since I have other plans tomorrow on actual St. Paddy's Day. Do you know, tomorrow, St. Paddy's Day is mine and Sandy's anniversary of when we like kind of became a couple. And tomorrow will be 10 years that I have been in a relationship with my husband. Can you believe? Um, Deanne, St. Paddy's Day is something for you as well, isn't it? Hi, Deanne, by the way, I've just seen you pop in. Um, it was when I was talking about St. Paddy's Day and I saw your name out the corner of my eye. Uh, yeah, it's something for you as well, was it not? Or am I making things up? I'm sure, is it not like Ryan's birthday or is it an anniversary for you guys as well? For you and Ryan? Simon says it's a stout, so Guinness is a stout. See, I wouldn't even know the difference between a beer and a stout and an ale and whatever else. I'm really not good with that kind of a thing. Um, let's see. Yeah, so Kirsten, you were saying your drink of choice is white wine, uh, and and you mean or tequila, not together. Have you ever tried tequila rose? That's really nice. Like kind of it's too easy to drink, to be honest with you. It tastes like strawberry milkshake, but it's beautiful. Beth is lurking and listening. Hi, Beth. Hope you're doing okay. Um, So Marita loves sweet stuff like Bailey's, fuzzy navels, coconut rum with orange juice. I I have a sweet tooth as well. I do quite like sweet stuff. In fact, if you've ever seen me with a coffee, it's usually I've got like white chocolate and honey in it and sweetener. So yeah, I love my sweet stuff, and that's the same with alcohol. Um, yeah, I never know until I try it. That's very true. Well, maybe one of these days I'll try, I'll try it. Not anytime soon. Liquor makes Guinness better, in my opinion, says Deanne. Um, as Kathy loves the sound of Tia Maria and Guinness. Yeah, maybe I'm the odd one out here. I'm going to a club tomorrow night, meeting up with a new friend. Excited about it. So for me, a club is like when you go dancing. Is that what you mean? Like, so there's like a bar or a pub, and then there's a club, and I far prefer clubs to pubs, if I'm honest. Um, but that's exciting. I've not been clubbing in years. In fact, I tell a lie, I was kind of a clubbing when I was on holiday in Gran Canaria, but other than that, I've not been out in years. Um, Marita, you have to try a painkiller. It's a yummy rum drink. What's like? How do you make it, Debbie? What's in it? Thank you. Well remembered. Me and Ryan are a St. Patrick's Day couple. Yeah, I've remembered because me and Sandy are as well. um, so yeah, we're 10 years tomorrow. What are you, Deanne? Hubby and I are a Halloween couple. No shock there, says Kristen. Oh, that's nice. My birthday's the day after Halloween. Uh, Chris, you're Scottish. How can you not know your ales? I don't, because I don't know. 'Cause I don't know. Do you know what? I've never liked beer. It's never been like any of those kind of drinks. I've never really enjoyed it. Neither I have. Um, Marita's the same. Doesn't like beer. Um, Beth doesn't like beer, but does like a dark ale. Um, Kristen says beer bloats me too much. Yeah. Laurie says congratulations on 10 years. Thank you very much, Laurie. Um, but we're celebrating this weekend, so we are. So tomorrow, me and Sandy aren't actually celebrating. Tomorrow, I'm going out to the cinema with my friend, and we're going to see Scream. Um, but on Saturday, we're going to Edinburgh, and we're going to see Rocky Horror, which I'm extremely excited about. We're going to see it in the theatre. Um, we try and go any time that it's, that they're touring, that it's going. But we've not been since before COVID, so I'm really excited to go and see it. And then after that, we are going to a restaurant called Tattoo that does like authentic Chinese food. Really, really nice. So yeah, I'm excited. In fact, we're going and we're using a voucher that a very, very good friend got us a good while ago now, actually. This is us just getting around to using it. And I don't know if I've got that friend's permission to actually say who that they got us it. I don't know if that friend will actually remember that they got us it. Um, but yeah, it was a very lovely friend that got us the tattoo voucher, and this is us just getting around to using it. So yeah, we're we're doing that on Saturday. So that is our Saturday. We day out in Edinburgh, which is the Scottish capital for anyone who doesn't know Edinburgh. Um, let's see. So Keller's Dark Rum. So is this a painkiller? Keller's Dark Rum, pineapple, orange juice, coconut coconut cream, shaken and served with a sprinkle of nutmeg. Some are in a glass. Very fancy. Um, so the club is sort of, I believe there is a dance floor, maybe. I've never been to it. Oh, that's exciting, Kristen. I hope you enjoy. Excuse me. Sorry for yawning at you. That sounds good. I love pina coladas. Yeah, so they are. That was my holiday drink, Marita. I was constantly had a pina colada in my hand. In fact, if I'm being honest with you, I constantly had two pina coladas in my hand because, I mean, I'm not going up to the bar every 5 minutes, you know. Why just get one when you can get two? Deanne's 9 years tomorrow. Wow. Um, Thank you, Beth. Used to drink many beers and ales. Now just stuff like Erdinger. You're gonna make me try and say that? Oh, Erdinger alcohol free. Right, that's actually quite easy to say once I actually spell it out. Wheat beer. Um, Erdinger alcohol free. It sounds like a bad sneeze. Um, yeah, that does sound fun. Not been since the Duncan James one. I have seen Duncan James. I've seen him playing I've actually seen Duncan James in a couple of things. I've seen him playing Frankenfurter. I don't know if is it him that's playing him just now? Simon, do you know? I've not even asked. I've not even looked up who it is that's playing them. I like to be surprised with these things. Um, but yeah, I've seen him in that. I'm sure I've seen him in something else. Was it Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? Maybe. But he's really good, so yes, I like him. Uh, do the audience act out parts of Rocky Horror like they do in the US? Yeah, to be honest on it, I think it's worse. It's like 10 times worse in the UK than what it is in the US. The heckling is like next level. So as that's like constant. But it's really funny. It makes it really, really good. It's part of the reason why I love why I love seeing Rocky Horror on stage so much because of the audience participation and interaction. Um, let's see. I used to go to Rocky Horror in the 70s at a neighborhood theater. We'd all dress like characters and sing. So fun. Yeah, people do that here as well. Lots of people dress up. I've never dressed up because I'm not brave enough. But my husband, like before I knew him, dressed up as Frankenfurter one year when he went to see it, which was very brave of him. And it's funny if you know him, if you know my husband, it's funny to think that he did that. But there's pictures of it, and there may actually be pictures on his Facebook. I'll need to check. Not that I would ever put them on here; he would kill me. But I'll need to check actually and see if there's still pictures on his Facebook of that. More acting in cinema, but still audience participation in the theatre. Uh, Gerald's asking which bar Kristen's going to. Um, whilst I remember, by the way, I've not written anything down. Normally, I write down some bullet points that I want to talk about or cover off when I'm live, and I've not done that this time because I was too busy messing about with the systems. But point number one, on Tuesday at 8 p.m. GMT, UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and whatever that is, wherever you are, I am going to be live with our very lovely Gerald and our very lovely Jamie. I think it was okay to tell you that. I hope it was. It just occurred to me that I never checked first. So if it wasn't, then just never mind. Kid on, you never heard it. Sorry, Gerald. I should have checked with you first. I'm sure it was okay. Um, but yeah, that's Tuesday. And what else? I wanted so remember a couple of weeks ago, Malamir and I did a fundraiser for the Red Cross. Couldn't think of it. We did a fundraiser for the Red Cross for the Turkey and Syria earthquake appeal. Um, I think we raised something like 80 odd pounds. It was around about £80 we managed to raise. So I'm talking in British money here, but it was about 80-ish pounds. I made it up to 100 and donated 100. Um, and I think that that's matched. They were matching, the government were matching the first, however much it was. And then you get, what's it called? Uh, Gifted. So yeah, I don't know what all that equates to, but I'm going to say around about £200. With the matching, we've managed to raise for the Red Cross for the Turkey and Syria earthquake appeal, which was really good. So £200. Will we do a quick search and see what that is in other money? So £200 in dollars. £200 is £242. Sorry, $242 and 18 cents. What about Canadian dollars? See, it is 333 Canadian dollars. So there's just a couple of conversions, but yeah, we did quite well. I was quite happy with that. So well done, guys. Thank you very much for donating. And yeah, I donated it ages ago, and I kept meaning to tell you the next time I went live, but I kept forgetting, of course, as per usual. But anyway, now you know. So, um, Marita, I beg your pardon. Double fisting makes sense. What are you talking about? Um, where did that come from? I can't even see what the context is now. Um, it was about 4 years ago when I saw him play Frank. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably the same for me then, Simon. Just before, well, before COVID, maybe about 2018-ish, maybe 2019. Um, so Kristen's in Pittsburgh right now. It's here. Um, I saw Priscilla in the West End. It was fab. Where did I see Priscilla? I saw Priscilla in Glasgow. What did I see in? So I saw some things in London. I saw Aladdin in London, and I might Kinky Boots. I think we saw Kinky Boots down in London as well. And the Lion King, I'm sure, was over in Edinburgh at the Playhouse, which is where Rocky Horror is. Um, it's perfectly fine. The more the merrier, says Gerald. Uh, that's wonderful, Chris. Oh yeah, the I was, uh, yeah, the money raised. Yeah, thank you. It was. Um, oh, drinking 2 drinks at once. Yeah, do you know, Simon's making that face. You're yeah, maybe that's an American thing. Over here, double fisting, well, i it's not an expression that I'm familiar with, meaning having 2 drinks at once, put it that way. Eh, let's see, Nancy at Paperman Taro. Hello, Nancy. I used to work for Playbill in New York City, and we got free house seats to just about every show. Oh, I'm jealous. That would be brilliant. Um, yeah, I would love that. Do you know, going to the theatre is something that I really love doing. Because it's not something that you do like every week. Do you know what I mean? But I've like saw so many things. Like we've seen like the main things like Rocky Horror, Wicked. I was talking about this earlier on today actually. The Lion King's brilliant. But we've seen like I remember we went to see like a Poirot thing as well. It's called Black Coffee. Don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but that was good as well. We really enjoyed that. Um, but yeah, I love the theatre. It definitely could be a double entendre. Yeah. Um, I mean, I'm not putting it any particular way. I don't want to. I don't want to put thoughts in people's heads, but yeah. Note to self: give context when answering a question. Yeah, definitely. Oh, have you not seen Wicked, Simon? Yeah, it's brilliant. It's so good. Really would recommend it. The music's fantastic, but the story's really good as well. It's just nice to kind of I love it when they tell a story from a different point of view. Like, see what they did with the Maleficent films with Angelina Jolie. They kind of changed that up a wee bit. Well, not a wee bit. They completely changed it up. Um, I like that. I like it when they do things like that. Um, Are they still making a film out of Wicked? I'm not sure. Um, I'm really not sure. I've not heard, but it would be really good if they did. Just to be clear, I've been known to have a drink in each hand. Yeah, same. Normally, what I do if like, we're in a club and I'm catching up, or even if I'm not catching up, I'm a really fast drinker. Um, Usually I'll buy 2 at the bar and then down one vodka and coke at the bar, and then take the other one back to the table with me. Um, yeah. So Wicked is top of Nancy's list to see as well. Wicked is really good, yeah. I love theatre too. Worked in it for 34 years of my life, says Red Wing. Oh wow, that's really cool. So did you get to kind of a see did like when you say you worked in theatre, do you mean you worked in it in the same context as Nancy or you acted? Um I've never had a drink in each hand. Now, chocolate in each hand, yes. Yeah, I have also done that, Kristen. Uh, you don't need to apologise. I'm only kidding you on. Um, Wicked is a delightful show with wonderful songs, delightful costumes, and glorious sets and props, says Gerald. Yes. And Gerald is also a fast drinker. Good stuff. Um, right. What time are we on? We're on 9:30. God, it's been half an hour already. I've just been yapping away. Um, Trying to think. I don't want to start doing readings to now, just now, because I don't know, the chat tends to go quite dead when I start doing readings, and um, yeah. What do we want to chat about? What has been happening? Um, One thing I did want to mention is obviously there's been a lot going on just now. Just there's not been a lot going on, but we all know and love Rachel Pollock, and she's been unwell lately, um, and uh, from what we know, she's not doing too good right now. So I just wanted to, I guess, just mention her. And yeah, I suppose all our hearts go out to her and to Zoe, and to everyone that's close to them. It must be a really difficult time that they're going through just now. And yeah, all our thoughts and hearts are with you, and just we send you strength and love at this difficult time. But yeah, just I guess I just wanted to mention it just to acknowledge it, but also for anyone that doesn't kind of a keep up with, um, like certain Facebook groups, and it's just maybe not really heard. Um, yeah, she's not doing too well just now, so send lots of love. Um, let's see, Red Wing working backstage as dresser and wardrobe maintenance, right? Okay, so were you the same then as Nancy, where um you got to go to like is like lot is did you get to go to the theatre a lot? Like did you get to use house seats or whatever it was whenever you wanted? I love live theatre, says Beth. Loved living in New York City and going to plays. I do miss that. That would be the dream. So it would, I've never been to New York. Um, but I would love to go to New York, and I would love to see the theatre in New York. I think that would be fantastic. I haven't seen live theatre in years. The last one was with Daniel Radcliffe. Was in the third row, but don't remember much about it. Was that Equus by any chance? Um, Equus, the one about the horse, the one where he gets his bits out. I have not seen that one, but I have seen Daniel Radcliffe did the film, The Woman in Black. I've seen that in the theatre. That was really, really good. So it was. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Uh, I got to work on the costumes and set for a production of Sweeney Todd at the community college, says Marita. Cool. Yeah. Hi, Joe, by the way. It's lovely to see you. Welcome. Yeah, people are sending lots of love to Rachel. So I think there were there was a lot of confusion. So there was, and there was maybe some false messages put out. But yeah, I think just look out for news from uh, Zoe Matoff, who's um, Rachel's partner. Rachel, lives with Rachel. Um, Zoe's going to let us know when there's any change. Um, let's see. No, you're welcome, Beth. She's given so much to the community. We should send our good thoughts her way. Yeah, absolutely agree, Nancy. And it's never underestimate like how much how much that can make a difference. I think um, it made such a difference to like when my gran was so my gran died a couple of years ago, 2021. She passed away. She had motor neurons disease, so she she battled that for, gosh, I want to say about 3 years because it was before COVID that she was diagnosed. So it would have been about 2.5, 3 years that she battled that, and um, she uh, she 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 hung on in there. So she did for a long, long time. Uh, I remember she was given weeks in the, I think it was in like March or April 2021, and my gran never passed away until I think it was August. Um, and I think it was just all the kind of like everyone's thoughts were with her, everyone's love was with her, like in all the different ways that you can imagine, So lots of people would have been praying for her. My grandma's a devout Catholic, so she had Catholic friends. People would have been praying for her, um, family and everyone was obviously kind of around seeing her and keeping her spirits up and stuff like that. And then obviously, like kind of I've got like this community behind me, so and everyone that I know and love was kind of behind her in a very kind of like sending love and light and healing and all that kind of a thing. And yeah, I think it's amazing the impact that it can have. Um, Joe says, I know Neil Gaiman's tweet about a Rachel. I saw his tweet about Rachel the other day. Very sad. Yes, I'm not sure. I think it might have been Neil that um, I know there was a misleading tweet, I suppose, was what I was getting at. But anyway, yeah, I want to see or to create a Broadway tarot. How good would that be? That would be amazing. Um, yeah, that would be so good. Like from different, all different shows and stuff. I've often thought about like a tarot deck made out of metal, like heavy metal music. I don't know if you've ever seen the album covers, but the artwork is like really, really cool. And I've often thought about making a tarot deck out of heavy metal covers, but that's a really good idea, like Broadway tarot. I'd love that. You should you should do it, Nancy. I got to go to the Boston Ballet all the time. I was friends with the accountant. Oh, that's cool. Oh, so it was a comedy that Dan Radcliffe was in. I didn't know that he really did anything stage-wise other than Equus. I had no idea. Simon says there's not one thing to remember about that. Is that Daniel Radcliffe and Equus you're talking about? He did an amazing job of not getting typecast as Harry Potter and living under that shadow, which inhibits creativity. Yeah, he did. Um, I quite like Daniel Radcliffe. I think he's a good actor, and he seems like a kind of a nice, genuine, down to earth guy. He's made some odd choices in movies to do though, like the one where he plays a corpse. I've not seen that. Um, well, he did die in Harry Potter, lol, says Marita. A couple of times. I agree, Kristen, but he doesn't need acting for the money, so why not explore? This is true. Kristen says, I'm hungry, need to go down to the restaurant to order food. I'm at a hotel. Hopefully, you're still on when I get back. Hopefully, we will be. We'll probably be here for a while yet, I would imagine. Um, Kathy says, I would love to see a Watership Down tarot deck. A Watership Down tarot. I wonder if any of these things already exist. Let's have a look. So, what was in Broadway tarot deck? Let's Google it. There's the movie tarot. I've seen that. A Tinseltown tarot, Hollywood tarot deck on Etsy. What's this? Hmm. This is just oracles. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, the BroadwayTarot.com. Shining a spotlight on the inner workings of the spirit. I don't. That's not a deck. I think that's just. Oh no, it is. Hang on. So there is a Broadway Tarot in development. The Broadway Tarot is a new deck of tarot cards featuring characters from Broadway shows, using many beloved roles from the canon and highlighting their archetypes and qualities. Each card is carefully considered and cast appropriately, offering theatre fans a direct understanding of the card's meaning. I'll pop a wee link to that. It's just the BroadwayTarot.com, but I'll pop a link in the chat nonetheless. Um, let me see. And what did you say, Kathy? Watership Down. Mm, Not seeing anything specific as that. Um, let's see. It's snowing and windy here again today, says Beth. Spring, oh spring, wherefore art thou? Indeed. Tell me about it. My hands have been like blocks of ice all day today. I've been freezing. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put my heater on. Got a heater down below me here. I'm going to pop it on just to give me a wee boost. There's Justin. Hi Justin, how you doing? Hey gang, on the elliptical. Good to just listen. It's nice to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Um, why don't we look at a tarot deck? Do you know what we'll do? Since we were talking about Rachel, um, the Brady Tarot. Does anyone have this deck? I think it's an amazing deck. I love it. I love everything about it. It's really unique. The art style, I think it's like the lino cut kind of images. I love it. I love the fact that it's a kind of an animal nature based deck. Um, I love the vibrant colours in it, but I also love the book because Rachel wrote it. So let's have a wee nosy. Let's see how my table camera is doing. To be honest, I think it's come to a complete and utter halt. Like there's nothing happening there. Oh dear. Right, I'll stop and start again. Uh, kinda, kinda okay, but mostly still laggy. It's not the best, is it? Trying to think if there's anything I can do. I'll decrease the bitrate again. Let's see. If we Maybe increase this to 1,500. Just apply that. Okay. Then if I stop and start, it's still lagging. Oh well, what was the point? What was the damn point? We'll just persevere and see how we got on. Right, come on, catch up. Um, Beautiful brush gold edging. I've got the second edition, by the way. Um, I actually far prefer the colouring in the second edition. The first edition has got kind of a white borders, I'm sure, which I'm sure is lovely, but I don't know. I just prefer it because they do have this kind of a darker background. Um, the cards are the what do you call it? Like the rose petal kind of a card stock, which is nice. Makes them a bit annoying to shuffle. It's quite difficult to riffle shuffle them because they're so like thick and like sturdy cards. I can kind of still do it actually, um, but yeah, and yeah, just like they're kind of a, if I can show you, so that's a major card, but the minors have these kind of this color coding. Jeez, oh, this is terrible. This color coding. So we've got the kind of a blue uh, border for water. Um, the so the eight is the eight of air. Put that there. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that every time to make it catch up. Um, so this is earth, air, water, and then we have fire has these red kind of a borders. So it's quite cool. Let me just catch it up. Um, it has keywords, and that's one thing that a lot of people maybe don't like. Um, or that no, not that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people probably do like that. But that is maybe one thing that's kind of a you love it or you hate it is keywords in the minors. Because you know, what do you do if the keyword doesn't, if it's not, if it doesn't match up with your understanding of the card, you know? Um, so that's maybe one thing to be aware of with it. The backs, I never showed you the backs. Um, so that it kind of has the combination of the different borders for the majors and the minors. Sorry, no, for the different suits. And then the majors, uh, it kind of alternates the border depending on what element that card would tend to be associated with. So like the sun is fire, so it's got the same border as like the wands, etc. Um, but yeah, I think this is a stunning deck, and um, it's the info because it's Rachel that's written it. Obviously, the information that you get is absolutely fantastic. It's very kind of a thorough. And anytime, even if I just pull one card and read the extract for it, I always learn something. But there's one card in here that I really do particularly um, that always sticks in my mind, and it's the Justice card. So I'm going to try and find it, and then I'm going to read out the what it says in the book for you. So this is one thing about rose petal cards. I don't know about you guys, but I always find that they're really hard to sift through because they're really like the friction between them, um, it's just quite annoying. But champagne problems, eh? Right, come on, Justice, where are you? You're going to be right at the end. I know that it should have an air border. So I'll look for that. There it's there. Right. So I'm going to pop that. Right. We're popping that there. So that's the Justice card. And let me read out what it says. I'll actually zoom in for you so as you can get a right good look at it whilst I'm reading. Mm. Okay, so Justice. And remember, these words were written by Rachel. Balance, seeking the connections between past experiences and our choices in the future. An honest, unflinching look at ourselves. Ultimately, justice liberates free will because we are not free until we understand who we are. More narrowly, in a reading concerning a legal matter, justice should indicate a fair outcome, though not necessarily what we want. With the Emperor or the Father of Arrows, it may suggest the power of legal authorities over our lives and choices. With the Empress of the Star, mercy tempers justice. In one of the deck's most powerful images, we see a turkey vulture with outstretched wings. Its beak holds an arrow from which dangles a set of scales. The arrow symbol of the mental suit of air, with its power and authority, replaces the sword of the traditional justice. Here, the weapon becomes secondary to the scales. They hold the egg and skull of a turkey vulture. That is life and death, past and future. In many modern tarot decks, as here, Justin falls exact sorry, not Justin. Justice falls exactly in the middle of the major arcana, with 10 before it and 10 after it, seeing the Fool as the traveller. The second half of the deck is more challenging, including Death, the Devil, and the Tower. We need to balance our experiences before we can face these intense cards. That is, we cannot understand how to move forward in life. We cannot make truly free choices until we know what brought us to who we are. Emmy, that's the creator of this deck. Emmy calls vultures the gatekeepers between life and death, for they create new life from dead bodies through feeding and then laying their eggs. And further, they have an almost alchemical power to cleanse dead bodies by eating the diseased flesh, including those infected with botulism or plague. In fact, their waste is not just sterile, but sterilizing. You could rub your hands in vulture feces and they would come out cleaner than they were before. So that's what it says for the Justice card. Um, and it's one of my favourite cards. Well, it is my favourite card in this deck just because that always sticks out. Um, Let me just get back to where I was. So, when Justin came in, I think was where I left off. Um, People are saying hi to Justin. People are also saying hi to someone called Wizard, who I can't see. So apologies if there's anyone that I'm not seeing. Hello, it's lovely to see you. Um, Justin says everyone gets a big kiss. I'm working out. Oh, that's what you meant by on the elliptical, right? I see. Um, the Brady Tarot is beautiful. but some switch went off in my head and I cannot handle decks. I can't shuffle. No pun intended. Um, Kathy says, I absolutely love the Brady Tarot. Lisa Papez calls it her National Geographic deck, which it kind of is. Yeah, it's a really cool one. Um, Rose petal cards, they do cling together. It's an absolute pain in the backside to sift through and to shuffle and stuff, isn't it? Care Bear, hi Care Bear, how you doing? Says, hi everyone. Um, changed my name. Oops. Well, it's lovely to see you. I hope you're doing okay. Uh, Ray Rachel says, hi everyone. Hi Rachel, how you doing? Care Bear's your old childhood nickname. Oh, that's cute. Really like that Justice card. It is beautiful. I think I like the extract from the book more than I like the actual card, but um, let's see. Taro Your Way, hi, says hello all. Hi Taro Your Way, welcome. It's lovely to see you. Um, so yeah, that was a wee bit of the Brady Tarot. Um, I just love the images. I just love how vibrant the colours are in it. I think it's an absolutely stunning deck. And it's not one that I hear about often or see used often. Um, sorry, I'm just having to uh, turn the camera on and off to get it to behave itself. And temperance, I think so. We're seeing the two snakes forming the caduceus around the tree. Um, we're seeing the tree in the water, half in water, half in land. Um, yeah, just love it. Jonathan says, Aloha friends, I am slowly returning to normal from our journey to, oh gosh, you're going to make me say that? Kauai? Kauai? Is that how you say it? Am I pronouncing it correctly? I love the victory card just because it's got a snake on it. You know me and snakes. So this is like the Six of Wands, or it's not wands. Arrows are swords, horns are cups, roots are pentacles, and feathers are wands. I believe that's right. Um, Maybe I'll need to check that actually. Yeah, feathers. Feathers are wands, that's right. Okay, shall we do some readings? I think I'm going to, because this is lagging, I suppose I can always just turn it on and turn it off, can't I? Let's see. I might use the Brady Tarot a wee bit for readings, but I've got a Smithwaite here as well, so I'm maybe just chop and change. Uh, Hawaii, says Jonathan. So Beth says phonetic pronunciation, Kauai, Kauai. So I was saying Kauai. Um, so is it Kauai? Is that more like it? Right. Anyone who wants a reading, pop it in the chat. Don't need to worry about tagging me or anything. Just pop your question in the chat, and I shall read some cards for you. If you've got a particular question, that's fine. If you just want a general reading, then that's fine too. If you even just want a single card pull, I can do a wee single card pull for you. If I'll do any single part card pulls, I'll pull from the Brady Tarot and we'll see what Rachel says about it in the book. How about that? Hawaii is right, okay. Okay, right. Brilliant. We've got some questions. So I think we're starting with Beth. Yeah, Beth says, I'd like a general reading, please. Okay, let's have a wee look, Beth. See what we've got. Okay, I'm going to try and, well, I'll zoom out actually. That's probably a sensible thing to do. So as you can see, so so layout and do this so you can see them. The Son of Feathers kind of I just flew out of the deck when I was shuffling, but your three cards that I've got here are the Four of Arrows, which is like the Four of Swords, which the keyword here is withdrawal. We've got the Two of Arrows, Two of Swords, which is Armistice, and the Son of Horns coming out at the end there. So the sons in this deck, you've got daughter, son, mother, and father as our court cards. Um, so the sons are like the knights. So we've got like the Knight of Wands essentially and the Knight of Cups. So we've got these two very active energies that are kind of encasing this, this more dormant energy here. Okay. So it feels like what this reading feels like is like there's a lot going on around about you. But really, what where you are just now, as you're in a place of kind of taking a step back, taking a rest. Okay. And I feel like what it's saying to you is like feel well, don't feel overwhelmed by everything that's going on, by all the kind of active energies around about you, but also don't feel like you need to succumb to that. Don't feel overly pressured to have to match that energy if you're not ready to. The Two of Arrows suggest that you're maybe there's maybe a bit of a decision to be made. And the Four of Arrows suggests conservation of energy, just kind of um it's mental stability, it's stabilizing the mind. So um this suggests to me that you're in a place right now where you're kind of thinking things through, you're looking at things. And when you're ready to, then you'll come out of that shell and you'll join the active world around about you. But until that time, just take your time. Everyone else around you really just need to be patient. Okay. And that can be difficult when you've got two sons or two knights around about you, because they're kind of two very very active energies. Even the Son of Horns, which is like the Knight of Cups, um not quite as active as the Knight of Wands, but still, they just want to kind of be out there on that quest and doing things. Um, like I say, just kind of take your time to get yourself to where you need to be. Um, and then you've got that Son of Horns coming out at the end there. So it's kind of it feels like when you're ready, you kind of get on your horse and you get out there and you just kind of do whatever it is that you want to do or you need to do. Um, but yeah. Oh, good. Okay, so Beth says that's accurate. It's spot on to what's going on around about you and how you feel. Thank you. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. So just make sure you take your time and you know, uh, yeah. Everyone else will just need to wait. Don't need to wait for you, Beth. Okay. But the Son of Horns is the kind of a final card or the kind of the outcome cards. It feels quite nice. It feels like as much as the 4 and the 2 can be a bit of a difficult energy to be dealing with, or maybe not so much difficult, but less it's a less kind of a I'm less excited about that energy. I feel as though when I'm in this phase, I'm feeling less kind of a less oomph about me. I'm less excited. I'm more kind of a methodical and right, okay, I need to just kind of double down and get this done. Whereas the Son of Horns and even the Son of Feathers, it feels like um adventure. It feels as though I'm going on a quest, I'm going on an adventure. So I want to tell you that that things are going to kind of liven up a wee bit for the better, you know. So just kind of keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, I hope that when this Son of Horns energy comes about you, that you enjoy it. Okay, all right, next, Tarot Your Way says, how will my YouTube channel go? So you're starting a new YouTube channel. Well, let's have a wee nosy and see how you'll get on. Welcome to the world of YouTube. Have you let's actually can I have a let's see. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just looking to see whether oh I can do go to channel here. Right, let's press this button and see what we get. Okay, so you've already got some videos up. So I tell you what, why don't I before I do your reading, why don't I share your channel? And if everyone can do me a favor and pop over and subscribe to Tarot Your Way, um, then that'll give you a good wee boost, hopefully. Okay, how will my YouTube channel go? Okay, so the cards that we've got here are the Son of Feathers, Judgment, and the Nine of Feathers, which is like the Nine of Wands. And the key word there is conflict. Okay, so let me just straighten these up. See if I can zoom in a wee bit here. Right. Okay. So, Son of Feathers or Knight of Wands, Judgment, and Conflict, which is the Nine of Feathers or the Nine of Wands. Um, so it's interesting because we see some different energy there. We see you coming in as the Son of Feathers, which is that Knight of Wands, very active energy, kind of enthusiastic, like doing lots of things. The thing about the Son of Feathers, or indeed the Knight of Wands, is they're kind of like there's energy and there's fire shooting off in all directions. And sometimes you want to kind of grab them by the shoulders and say, right, calm down and just focus your energy in one direction. Um, we normally associate it with that horse that's jumping up onto two legs, expending lots of energy, but not actually getting anywhere with that energy. So what I want to say is think about, what you're focusing your energy on. Okay. So when it comes to like maybe have a think about what kind of videos it is that you're posting. Think about who your target audience is, who is it that you're kind of trying to engage with. Be quite targeted about what it is that you're doing. Um, we see the judgment and the conflict cards coming in there. So it maybe suggests that there's change, that, you know, that there's going to be change. There'll be change in how you kind of perceive and experience the YouTube world. And all I would say is this is kind of something that we all go through. You know, you start off with a vision of how you're how you're going to do things and how your channel's going to be. The key really is to roll with the punches. It's to it's to react and respond to what's going on around about you, and don't feel like you're locked into doing one particular thing. Um, like if you're kind of setting out with the vision of doing like whatever it is, these types of videos, don't feel that you have to stick to that until the bitter end. Like it's your channel. You can kind of come and go. You can change it up and things. Um, it's interesting that we see the conflict card. Um, the way that I like to see that though is, it's all about how we're interacting with others, and in this case, it could potentially be like how are you interacting with other channels. Now that could manifest itself as conflict in a bad way, but sometimes like we can turn that around is what I'm getting at, you know. So maybe if you kind of notice a particular channel or something that's maybe just doing something similar to you, um, and it might be a bit of a conflict from that point of view, and that you're competing, then maybe another way that you could look at that, or a way that you could turn that around is, well, you know, get in touch with that person, say like, rather than us kind of just doing the same thing but separately, like what, could we maybe get together and do a joint live every now and then, or could we do a wee joint video and, just combine forces a wee bit? It's just a way of kind of turning that around, and it makes it interesting as well for you and for your people that are watching. And I suppose judgment, all I'd want to say about that is, you know, d- I can only really speak from my own experience and from my own self, but I think that from what I've kind of just because I talk to we all chat, so we chat to, like, us YouTubers, we chat to each other, so we kind of know wee bits and bobs about each other's experiences, and I think we all go through times. I'm sure like the other YouTubers here will probably agree with me. We all go through times where we feel more judged than others. Um, we all go through those periods where we kind of get in our own heads a wee bit, thinking, oh, that like that person, or um, what am I trying to say? You kind of get overly in your own head about how you think your audience is perceiving you. And whilst it's good to kind of be thoughtful about, who you're engaging with and how you're engaging with them. Um, I do think that there has to also be a certain level of like not giving a fuckery. Do you know what I mean? Like to some degree you have to care, but also to some degree you have to think, right, okay, well, you know what, this is my thing. I'm going to do it this way. If it doesn't work out, or if people don't like it, then that's fine. But this is making me happy. This is fulfilling for me, and I'm enjoying this. So I'm going to do this for now. And if I want to change it further down the line, then that's fine. Um, so yeah, the judgment thing is a balance. It's getting the balance right. But I, there's lots there for you to think about. Um, I'm sure that you'll be amazing. I'm hoping that you'll see a wee boost in your subscribers, with just people here that'll have hit the subscribe button. And yeah, good luck. I hope it goes really well. Okay. Next, we have Rachel. Says a general reading would be great. I think I might switch over and use a Smith-Waite deck here. Seeing that Kathy's asked the question as well, I'm just going to star that so as that I see it. Ah, okay, so you said you've just started on February 26th. Cool. Well, good luck. I hope that you're enjoying it so far, and I hope it goes well. Um, okay, general reading for Rachel. Okay, Rachel, I've got the King of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Magician. And let me just do that so you can see it. King of Pence, Three of Swords, and the Magician. Um, the King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So the King of Pentacles, it looks as though they're very much focused on their pentacle right now. And notice how the pentacle is kind of a like being held over that heart area. But when we look to the next card, we see the the that painful looking Three of Swords card. Um, Suggests to me that maybe right now you're giving yourself a bit of a hard time. You're maybe going through a bit of a tough time. Um, the Three of Swords can be a difficult card to read because it can indicate, difficulties, sorrow, periods of feeling quite down. But it can also be like the three is a number of growth, and the swords are the suit of the mind, so it can also indicate mental growth. Um, so it's a card about learning new things, but sometimes it it can be a painful process, and we just happen to see the pain of it in this card. Um, yeah, the magician coming out at the end suggests that we're trying to turn that around. It's like maybe feeling in a bit of a slump right now, but you're trying to turn that around. You're trying to kind of change things up, make things exciting, and that that is coming for you. Do you know what I mean? Um, the King of Pentacles very much focused on the pentacle, or focused on that heart area, and focused on the if this is ringing true, and if there has been shit going on right now that the Three of Swords might be indicating, then the king might be kind of overly focused on that at this particular moment in time. But all of a sudden, with the magician coming in, we're seeing this energy being channeled, from the ether. As above, so below. The magician acts like a lightning rod for energy, so they do. Um, no one particular item is being focused on. All of a sudden, everything's laid out on the table. Okay. Um, so I mean, I could read this like there's maybe been some kind of a harsh truths learned recently. It's a bit difficult just now, and it's quite hard to kind of take your mind off of that. But um, as we move through to that magician energy, the magician is kind of appreciating and thriving from the fact that everything's out on the table. Okay, so as much as it might be difficult right now, I feel as though you're really going to kind of thrive, and it's going to give you a bit of a boost that will make you stronger further down the line. Okay. Um, so yeah, I hope that that's helpful. If you are going through a bit of a tough time right now, then I guess the key takeaway is that with the magician energy coming in, that's a big change to that. There's a big kind of a boost and a much more kind of positive feel coming through with that card. Okay, so yeah, I hope you're doing okay. Sometimes I always like to say sometimes the tarot likes to kind of exaggerate to make its point. Hopefully, this is one of those times. Um, okay, so it does make sense to you. You said you're going through a lot right now. Okay, okay. Well, you know, just bear in mind what I said then. It's tough right now, and it feels a bit shit. But I just feel as though with the magician coming through at the end there, it's almost like it's short-term pain for long-term gain. It's you appreciate at some point you're going to appreciate that all of that was kind of laid out on the table, that those harsh truths were learned. They're only going to kind of make you stronger going forwards. Um, oh, Kristen's back from dinner. Hi, Kristen. You're very welcome, Rachel. I'm glad that it resonated with you. Miss Moonlight Musing, what is there's no particular topic. I'm just doing readings for people. So if you would like a reading, whether it's a general reading or a specific topic, then please feel free to pop your question in. Okay, Tarot Your Way says, thank you, Chris. Keeping it simple at first. Card of the day, judgment is solely mine. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's move on to our lovely Jonathan, who would like a general reading. Okay, so we're going to do a general reading for Jonathan. Excuse me, coughing into the microphone. So, Jonathan, you have got, let's do this so you can see it. You've got the Queen of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Empress. Okay, Queen of Wands, Six of Cups, and the Empress. Funny because these two characters look the same. See this kind of the smaller oh, you can't see where I'm pointing. See the smaller person and the Six of Cups. It almost looks like that could be the Queen of Wands. Just with the blonde hair and the fact that they both appear to be wearing that kind of a yellow slash golden dress. I love it when when you see that, when you see the like similarities and you see a kind of a story playing out across the cards. It's always quite cool to see. Anyway, what are we seeing happening here? So it's interesting that we've got the kind of the Queen of Wands and the Empress on either side. You know, it's almost like these two energies are playing with each other a wee bit. So you've got your Queen of Wands as your um, very active energy, very draws people in, wants to be the star, bit of the celebrity of the tarot, maybe a wee bit the diva of the tarot as well, potentially. And then you've got the Empress, who's like the ultimate Mother Nature. Uh, that not everyone reads the Empress that way. That's how I read her in this particular deck. Um, very creative, very nurturing. So I feel as though there's like almost different parts of you, Jonathan, that are maybe in a wee bit of a conflict, or maybe just kind of a you're needing to kind of align them a bit. There's part of you that wants to, be the Queen of Wands, go out, like use that fiery energy, be the star of the show, be adventurous, and just enjoy yourself. Um, then there's the kind of a Empress side of you that wants to nurture, that wants to kind of I mean, I suppose I see this being, 'cause I know you, I'm kind of a biased, but this is maybe you with you at home with your family, and then the Queen of Wands is maybe more your adventurous side. The Six of Cups in the middle, I mean, sixes are about balance and harmony, you know? So to me, it's finding a way to align those two things. It's finding a way to bring your creative side to your creative and your nurturing side to your more kind of energetic endeavors. Um, so I know that you love to create art. I know that you love to not just art, but you love to create things, Jonathan. You're quite creative and artistic that way. So that's an example of how you can align those two kind of a sides of yourself, and you won't feel as though you're kind of a forsaken one, like that you're leaving one by for the sake of the other kind of a thing. Um, but that's what I feel like this is talking about. I feel like it's just kind of um, just aligning those different urges that you've got, those different parts of yourself, and remember to give each of them the time of day, and not focus too much on one at the expense of the other. Um, so yeah, I hope that's helpful. You can let me know. Okay, Kathy's next. A general reading, please, Chris. In a bit of a slump at the moment. I'm sorry to hear that, and no worries at all. Yeah, I want to say hi to Malamir. Um, I was talking earlier on about the Red Cross donation, so it was Malamir that was live with me. So Malamir, I was talking about the donation. So it was £100. I made it up to £100, and I think we worked out that's something like £100, and then it's matched, so it's £200, and that's something like 333 Canadian dollars or something. Um, Excuse me. Okay, Kristen's asking for a reading for tomorrow. Laurie, Jonathan said yes, Chris. Uh, finding the way to balance my domesticated side and my wild side. I feel like I'm being pulled in too many directions. Um, okay, that's us. So I've got the questions starred. Okay, so Kathy's next. So a general reading for Kathy, who's in a bit of a slump at the moment. Okay, let's have a wee look at that then. Right, yeah, you've got the Nine of Wands, Kathy, describing your situation. So it feels as though you're quite burnt out. Um, yeah, but so I'm going to share this screen so you can. Yeah, so Nine of Wands, Knight of Swords, and Six of Wands. A couple of things that I would say to you. I suppose the key thing is you've got the Six of Wands coming out at the end there. So as much as you're burnt out, and things are like you say, you've described it as feeling in a slump. So you're feeling in a slump right now. That's you're not going to feel that way forever. That is going to move on. That energy is going to turn around. And the Six of Wands is a card about feeling absolutely brilliant. It's the victory card. It's a really really good feeling. Do you notice how in this card the guy is standing still. He's kind of he's standing in the same place, and you kind of get the feeling with those nine wands there that he's been in that place for quite a while. It's almost a card that feels quite stagnant that needs to change. Um, and then the other two cards, they're very movement based. Both are on horses, so it feels like there's a change coming. Um, and things are going to feel a lot better quite soon. The Knight of Swords suggests to me that that change is coming, quickly. You're not going to have to wait long for it. The Knight of Swords, incidentally, is the advice card. So the change that's to happen, Kathy, is it it's going to be you that drives that change, okay? So the Knight of Swords is telling you, you need to move about, you need to change things up, okay? So rather than kind of a standing still, rather than staying in that same position, like like burn off some of that, burn off some energy. You've built up all of these nine wands, all of that fire energy, that's kind of all of that, all of that experience and all of that ability that's been built up over time. I feel as though the Knight of Swords is telling you to kind of just let your hair down and go a bit crazy and use it. Um, Even if it's, I- you don't, it doesn't have to necessarily always be sensible. So it's good to be sensible most of the time, but sometimes we need to just kind of do something a wee bit silly or just do something just because or just to enjoy ourselves. But it's like, spur of the moment decisions and stuff like that are all, that's the Knight of Swords. It's a very quick moving, fast energy. So do something to inject a bit of va va voom into the situation. I feel is what the Knight of Swords is saying. And you're the kind of a key factor to changing this up. So this change isn't just going to kind of happen across. I feel as though the advice here is for you to kind of say, right, okay, I'm not going to guard this wand wall anymore. I'm going to take up my sword and get on my horse and go enjoy myself. Um, and yeah, the like I was saying at the start, that Six of Wands is a kind of a really good omen for how that's going to go for you. So as much as things might feel quite uncertain, you might feel as though you're um, being a bit reckless at the start when you kind of change that up. It's going to go really well for you. The Six of Wands is coming out to kind of just let you know, things are going to work out for you. Okay. Um, so I know that you're feeling in a bit of a slump right now, but there's lots of change to happen, and it's all about it's all about the change, and it's all about the kind of the movement, and yeah, aye. I I think you're going to be okay. I don't think you're going to have to wait long before this will ring true, before you experience this energy. Um, so yeah, I hope that you're doing okay just now. I hope that you're kind of hanging in there. And yeah, you can let us know when that Knight of Swords moment comes along. Ah, okay. I've just seen your comment at the bottom of the chat. So you've said burnt out is accurate. I've just finished um, uni after 4 hard years, just waiting to officially qualify before I can apply for jobs. Ah, okay, I've got you. Right. Well, that makes sense. Um, well, yeah. In that case, then the Six of Wands is that's your success card. That shows that there's definitely the potential there for you to land yourself in something really good. So yeah, good luck and let us know how you get on. Okay, incidentally, if I'm trying to catch everyone's questions, but if I do miss anyone by accident, then please do let me know. So Care Bear is next. A message from my ancestors, please. So we're going to have a drink of Amber first. Okay. From your ancestors. Okay. Care Bear, the way that this reading hits me and the way that I feel about this is use it or lose it. It feels like I feel like this is you in the center here, and these kind of are 9 cups that are behind this guy, who a lot of people see as I think this is the John Travolta card, is it not? Um, but it feels as though he's built up all of this kind of all of these 9 cups. He's amassed all of this, whatever it is, whether it's um knowledge, whether it's property, whether it's money, but whatever it is, he's got his 9 cups sitting behind him, and he's kind of sitting in front of them, but he's not using them. You know, it almost feels as he's sitting there. You could potentially see him as being a wee bit smug, actually, um, but he's forgotten how to appreciate each individual cup for what it is, and he's not using them. It's almost like he's kind of just basking in the glory of having them. But I feel like with the 7 of swords coming in at the end there, it's saying, use it or lose it. You're not going to have all of these 9 cups forever. If you don't kind of use them, then there's the risk that in some way um that they might get taken away. Now I don't know what the analogy is with the cups. I don't know what they stand for you. Um But it feels as though you're maybe sitting on something, there's maybe something that you're not doing, that you're not acting on. Maybe there is something that you've gathered together and there's just something in the back of your mind that's telling you, I should be doing something different with this and I'm not. Yeah, I feel like this is saying use it or lose it. That's the message from your ancestors. If I'm going to put it into one message, one concise message, then use it or lose it. Um, I didn't say much about judgment, but I kind of feel that that's just it's almost just the basis of the question. It's the calling, isn't it? That is ancestors. It's your ancestors giving you that message. It's the wake up call. Do you know what I mean? Um, Care Bear says, "Oh snap," and Kristen says 9 of cups basking in the glory of all of your out of production decks. Yeah, but that's the kind of a thing I mean. Like, it's very easy to kind of um amass a collection of tarot decks. There's my kind of a vintage tarot decks. Um, I've maybe got myself to a point with some decks where don't use them as much as I feel like I maybe want to or I should because I'm scared to like break them. I'm scared to wreck them because they are vintage, because they are that wee bit more special. you know? So I feel like that's kind of a what it's that kind of a situation, use it or lose it. I feel like we're about to be pounced on by a dog here. I'm okay. Cool. Um, Trying to make a career change, midlife crisis. Okay. Well, this feels quite different, you know. Um, if that makes sense to you in your career change situation, then fair enough. Um, but yeah, feels as though it's talking about something different though, doesn't it? But maybe not. Maybe that makes sense to you in that context. Okay, so that was Care Bear's message from ancestors. Kristen says, "Can I get a reading about tomorrow? So the general vibe, any challenges or growth that I might experience? Seems like a strange question for a club outing with a new friend, I know, but it's strangely important to me." Okay, let's have a look at it then. Okay, Kristen, so we've got the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups, Five of Swords. Let me just move these up, see them. Okay, so can I get a reading about tomorrow? General vibe, any challenges or growth that I might experience? It seems like a strange right, okay. Um, so the general vibe, Eight of Cups. So yeah, I mean, it's an outing, isn't it? It's you going out, kind of enjoying yourself, doing something different. You know, meeting someone new and doing something different with them. So that kind of feels quite like Eight of Cups, especially, you know, with that moon energy casting down. You know, the person that feels like there's a cup missing there, then and they're off out to find that missing cup. So it's a nice card to kind of generally describe the vibe of the situation. The advice card is the Page of Cups. So I feel as though that's just kind of like encouraging you just to almost act like a child, you know, have the innocence of a child, just enjoy yourself, enjoy all of the experiences, take everything as it comes, you know, that fish jumping out of the cup is supposed to represent the, you know, the spontaneity of the situation. So don't overthink things too much. Like be in the moment, and just enjoy how you're feeling at the time. Um, in terms of challenges and growth, we do have the Five of Swords coming out at the end there, so that's quite an unusual card to get for this type of kind of a scenario, for this type of vibe. Um, I mean, I suppose this might make more sense after the event as to, what's actually happening there, what's being said. Um, I suppose all I would maybe say is, be careful not to, it's like when you're out kind of a clubbing and stuff, we tend to kind of lose people. Um, so like take care to stick with each other, I guess. Don't get lost in the crowd type thing. Um, another thing that I found when I was younger and I was out a lot, like when you're out kind of a clubbing and stuff, there's drinks to be had. And sometimes I get into my own head a wee bit, and I don't know if it's like kind of a partly the drink and partly just that type of that type of setting. It lets me kind of think a wee bit too much. But just not all the time. But just sometimes it kind of let me get into a bit of an overthinky place a wee bit. Um, so I suppose just be kind of be wary of your own y- y- of your own self, your own kind of like thoughts and thought processes and stuff. And just don't um I always say don't overthink because well if we could help it then that would be great. But I suppose just be wary of getting yourself into that place. And if you do feel yourself going to that place, then use your tools or do yourself like do what you have to do to pull yourself out of it. Okay. So just be wary that kind of that energy has the potential to be looming about there. But like focus on that kind of a Page of Cups energy, that spontaneity, that kind of a childlike innocence and enjoyment and just kind of a living in the moment type thing. Um, Kristen says we'll all hold hands so we won't get lost. Easy for me to get stuck in my head and get bogged down with right, okay, yeah. Um, okay. Well, I hope that you have an amazing time, Kristen. And that you really enjoy it. Laurie's up next. Laurie says, "Can you see what the cards have to say about a move to the house I saw today? Can you see what the cards have to say about a move to the house that I saw today?" Okay, let's have a wee look. Oh, so what do we think about the house that Laurie saw today? Ah, okay. So let me just refresh this so you can see the cards, but this is looking really good, Laurie, I would say. You know, And to generally describe the situation with the Ace of Pentacles, so the Ace of Pentacles is like the seed that has the potential to grow into a massive tree and be something really truly amazing. It's something that you have to nurture, it's something that you have to work on, but it really has that potential to be something truly amazing and special for you. Um, I think the Ace of Pentacles is an amazing card to come out to describe like a potential endeavor, a potential investment, something that you're thinking about, a route that you're thinking about going down. The ace is telling you, you could make something really amazing of this. You do have to work at it, you're going to have to do the work. And we've got the Knight of Swords coming in there, and that feels like, if you're looking at moving to a new house, the Knight of Swords energy is that moving energy, it's the getting everything organized. It's kind of a doing all because the swords are a mental suit as well. So the Knight of Swords is an intellectual being. So there's lots of kind of of think work and kind of a stuff to get organized as well. But as well, he's that knight, he's that fast moving knight on the horse. So that feels like the process of moving things from one place to another and all that, all of that energy. And then we have the sun coming out as the outcome card, and that's just this really positive, joyful energy. Just feels like, yeah, feels really, really positive. It feels like there's lots of potential in the place that you've saw today. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the night is saying, go for it now, take it." But, I mean, I don't need to tell you, we don't make decisions based on tarot readings, we just kind of, um, take it as some information along with everything else, but obviously, you kind of, listen to the experts and stuff when it comes to this kind of thing. But I feel really good about it. That's what I'll say, Laurie. I feel great about it. I feel very positive about it. Um, so yeah, definitely let us know how that goes. Okay, I'm just working my way through the chat. Kristen, you said you pulled the Eight of Cups earlier when you did a reading on tomorrow night. Okay, that's pretty cool. Um, Sometimes read the Seven of Swords as coming up with a strategy. Take what knowledge is useful to you and apply it to a new situation. Okay. Care Bear, on your reading, you've said the Seven of Swords freaked you out the most when you saw it. Um, oh, Kristen, you've said getting anxious about keeping conversation going. Do you know that is the thing that gives me the most anxiety with people? Like with just being with people in person, and meeting new people and stuff. It's my conversation skills. I'm not always the best at um knowing what to say or coming up with stuff to talk about. Do you know what I mean? There's an episode of Schitt's Creek where Moira Rose has like she goes for lunch with her daughter, uh, Alexis, and she has a napkin on her lap that has like conversation topics written down on it. Just I love it. It makes me laugh every time I see it. But yeah, it's I always think I should do that. I should have like bullet points written down. Okay. Okay, that's so yeah, you said that's very reassuring. It's been a long road finding this one. Okay, good, good. So I'm glad because I feel really positive about this. So I do. Like the obviously you've got the sun card, but even that pentacle and the ace of pentacles looks like the sun in the sky. Um, so it just feels really warm, really joyful, really kind of a nice reading to describe it. To talk about a new house. Um, Care Bear says, my career changes my wish fulfillment, so go for it before someone else takes the position. I'm moving from bookkeeping to teaching elementary. Oh wow, that's a that's a big change. Like going from dealing with figures to dealing with kids. So how are you feeling about it? It must be quite. I mean, I take it you love working with kids, so you must be quite excited about it. Um, but yeah, the best of luck. I hope it goes well. Maybe that's what they're talking about when they're, use it or lose it. If you have this ability to, so you said you've got three kids, 6-year-old and twin babies. Wow. Um, yeah, well, I mean, if you're a kids person, then maybe that's what you have to use, use it or lose it. Um, you know, so that's really cool. Kristen says, I don't work well with kids. People who can. I don't work well with kids. People who can impress me. Last time I watched a kid, um, she told me to brush brush my hair and proceeded to shit herself. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Uh, I feel as though that particular child maybe had, um, enough stuff, enough shit of their own, quite literally, to worry about, and should maybe not have been focusing on your hair, Kristen. Oh dear. Right, what time are we on? So we're just coming up to 11 o'clock. So why don't we pull a wee card for the weekend and then we'll call it an evening. But thanks very much, everyone. It's been great, just chatting to everyone, and there's been lots of questions today, which has been nice. Because I love doing this. I love kind of a pulling cards for people. That's why I started this channel because I really enjoy doing that. Oh, our card for the weekend is temperance. Very boring, very balanced, and kind of a yeah. It's just telling us all to have a sensible weekend, and no, we don't want to hate on the temperance card. The temperance card is it's a it's a card that it is about moderation and balance, and we see it in the kind of a oops the sun, whether it's rising or it's setting, it's kind of in that liminal space. The person has one foot on land, one foot in water, they're kind of a balancing things out, the kind of a equilibrium with those cups. Um, Everything does feel very much in its place and in control. Um, so yeah, I suppose just this weekend, I suppose, isn't a weekend for going completely batshit balls to the wall. This is a weekend for maybe getting things in order. If you do have an eventful weekend planned, which I know Kristen, I know you do, I know that I do, then I just kind of I suppose just bear in mind to, do you know what? Who cares what temperance says? If you've got an amazing weekend planned, then you have an amazing weekend and you enjoy yourself. I'm sure temperance can sometimes enjoy themselves as well, but right now it just feels as though that she or he or they or whoever they are. I think it's like Michael or someone, isn't it? So it's actually a he. I feel as though he's trying to shit in my cocoa pops a wee bit. So we're not going to take that. We're going to have an amazing weekend. And temperance can be our card for the next week when we all have to go back to work and be sensible people. But as for the weekend, we're we're going to enjoy ourselves, go to a wee bit crazy. So yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Um, I'm trying to think. So I told you that I'm live with Gerald on Tuesday. So that'll be on Gerald's channel, Tarot Stash. So please do check us out. Um, yeah, temperance the buzzkill. Yeah, that's the way I feel. Temperance be damned, says Kristen. Oh, we're all going to regret this so much, aren't we? Uh, um, but yeah, we're going to enjoy ourselves. Temperance can wait until Monday. Um, Join me on Gerald's channel on Tuesday. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. Take care. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.